In the town of Greywood, nothing was quite as it seemed anymore. The once bustling community center, a relic of childhood nostalgia, now stood deserted, shadows clinging to its cracked walls. But it was what lurked inside that truly chilled the air. It began subtly. Whispers pointing to the disappearance of popular mascots and beloved characters from shows and movies. First, it was the local news about missing props from the weekend's horror festival. A giant plastic werewolf costume, a towering cartoon bear, even the old mascot head from the town's annual parade. No one thought much of it, perhaps theft or misplacement, until the stories started to grow stranger. One rainy Thursday evening, Jenna, a curious and daring 17-year-old, decided to investigate. She had always loved comics and horror stories, and this latest mystery about the missing costume props caught her curiosity. Armed with her flashlight and a backpack, she slipped through the fence of the community center site, slipping past the "Danger. Keep out" tape. Inside, a dim smell of dust and decay filled her nose. The dark building echoed with her footsteps, the faint hum of fluorescent lights flickering overhead. As she moved through the hallways, Jenna could see vaguely familiar forms in the shadows. A large bear costume lying discarded, a massive headpiece with cartoonish eyes staring blankly. She laughed softly, thinking about how creepy costumes looked without their masks. But as she approached the main hall, her laughter died. The hall was filled with the strange, unsettling sounds of shuffling, not the usual quiet of a forgotten storage space, but deliberate footsteps, slow and deliberate. And then she saw it, a grotesque, shifting mound of fur and plastic and tangled fabric. It was the bear costume, but now it was alive, moving, writhing with unnatural jerks, as if it were struggling to stand. Jenna's breath caught. She recognized the figure immediately, the mascot of Pleasantville Elementary, Mr. Buddy the Bear, famous for his jovial smile that lit up the school's entrance. But now, this version was twisted, snarling with ragged plastic teeth, eyes glowing with a sickly yellow hue. She froze, her heart pounding. Then it turned. Not just the costume, but a creature. Its fur was matted and stained, limbs uneven and moving with jerky, robotic uncoordinated motions. It hissed, a deep guttural sound, growling as it lunged toward her. Jenna stumbled backward, narrowly avoiding its ragged claws. "What the hell?" she shouted, backing into a pile of toppled chairs. The creature advanced slowly, like a predator savoring its prey. Suddenly, more sounds erupted, scraping, growling, the shuffling of other forms awakening. She looked up to see a parade of monsters emerging from the shadows, the once friendly mascots and characters. A giant cartoon bear with broken pieces, a snarling, unrecognizable version of the show's hero, and even a twisted version of the unicorn she loved as a child. They were no longer costumes. They were alive, hostile, aggressive, and frightening. Panic overwhelmed her as she ran through the hallways, bullets of terror numbing her limbs. Behind her, the sounds of pursuit grew louder, racing footsteps pounding after her, claws and hooves scraping tiles. She burst out into the rain-soaked night, gasping for breath, but the creatures pressed on, their unearthly groans echoing in the darkness. In the days that followed, the town became shrouded in mystery. The community center remained sealed tight, and strange details surfaced. Reports from witnesses seeing their childhood idols turning hostile in their dreams, or strange, flickering images of distorted mascots appearing on security cameras. Jenna's story spread fast, but no one could explain what was happening. The mascots had come to life, but not as friendly or humorous beings. They were hostile, corrupted by some dark force that seemed to breathe from the shadows of the abandoned community center. Weeks later, a team of investigators arrived, armed with flashlights and protective gear. They entered the center at the town's request, but all they found was an even deeper darkness. No bodies, no signs of the creatures, only deep scratches on the walls and the faint, lingering scent of decay. But then, in the flickering light of one camera feed, a horrifying image appeared. The distorted, snarling visage of Mr. Buddy the Bear staring directly into the lens, those yellow eyes burning with malevolence. The screen went black shortly after. As the team exited, they couldn't shake the feeling that the creatures, whatever they were, had not gone. They had merely retreated into the shadows, waiting for someone new to stumble into the darkness. And Jenna, Forever haunted by her encounter, couldn't forget that night, or the feeling that the mascots and characters, once symbols of joy, had become something else entirely. Something hostile. Something alive. Something that was watching and waiting to come back.